Hey guys, thanks for joining. We're going to go ahead and knock this live out because I want to get in bed on time tonight, y'all. I'm tired as hell. Today has been a very, very long day. And oh my God, I'm ready to go to bed. Okay. So let's go ahead and knock out our late live. Usually I go live at 7:30, but I'm going to go ahead and knock it out now. Hope you guys don't mind. So let's go ahead and get into it. Everything said in this video is alleged and in my opinion and is used for fair use and entertainment. I'm Kara Merrill. This is the Kara Merrill Show. Let's jump on in. All right. First topic, you guys. First topic. All right, let's get Candiace out the way. Y'all know Candiace, they had BravoCon. BravoCon is over, but they're still releasing some videos from BravoCon. And according to the girls are fighting, let's go ahead and get this up so you guys can see it. We're not going to stay on this topic long. This is going to be a hit it and quit it type of situation, if you will. According to the girls are fighting, Real Housewives of Potomac's Giselle Bryant thinks that former co-star Candace Dillard Bassett should be forgotten since she's not on the show anymore. Okay, maybe they just want to fool with her. Okay. They said at BravoCon, the Real Housewives of Potomac's Giselle Bryant was asked by Andy Cohen which former co-star should be full-time and which should be forgotten. She says that Sharice Jackson Jordan should be full-time because she likes Sharice because Sharice is messy, while Candace Dillard Bassett should be forgotten. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. Only Giselle would bring this type of hell. Let's get into it, honey.
Candace.
Jesus. I would make Sharice full-time, Mia a friend. Candace
Okay. Mia, Candace.
Jesus. I would make Sharice full-time, Mia a friend.
Okay.
Now that's weird to me because during the time that Candace got into the fight with Monique, Giselle was on Candace's side and was pushing for Monique to be off the show by way of being in support of Candace, thinking that Candace was not at fault for whatever transpired that caused them to get into this physical altercation on the show. So it's very weird to me that you would say you would keep Sharice Jordan as a full-time cast member, Mia, who used to be on the show as a friend of, and then you would get Candace on up out of there. That's so weird to me. Y'all see how Giselle switched that up when Candace was like a good little friend to you. You was kissing Candace's ass a little bit back, but now you're saying that you would get her up off the show or she would be forgotten on the show. Okay. But y'all know Candace, honey, when she gets wind of this, which I'm sure she has already by now, I'm sure she will respond because Candace is a responder. So Giselle, get ready for a read down, okay? She's probably going to come for your fashions, your big ankles, and all of the things. Y'all know Candace thinks she can read down, honey, okay? But I cannot wait. And when she does respond, we will spin the block. All right, moving right along. Let's get into our next topic. There is an update on this Brenay Kennyard, aka Montague now, because you know she did marry somebody's husband. So there's an update. Let's go ahead and get into that. But before we do, let's go ahead and refresh you guys' memory in case you guys forgot what had happened. Okay, let's go ahead and get it up on our screens. Thank y'all for joining the live. Okay, let's make it bigger. According to the news outlet, you guys know in North Carolina, there is a such law called Alienation of Affection, which it was filed against Miss Akira. Montegue filed a lawsuit against Brenay Kennyard, which is now Montegue because she married Miss Akira's husband. Okay, now let me give you guys a little history on this situation. Devon, which was Brenay, which is the girl on my screen right here. Devon was her ex-husband, which was also, I think, is related to Tim, which is the guy sitting here, who was also married to Akira. So Devon was married to Brenay. Brenay and her twin sister used to be sleeping with Tim back in high school, but Tim's parents never liked Brenay, so he had to break up with her. Okay. Now, from what I'm told, they're saying that Tim then introduced his cousin, who is Devon, to Brenay, at which they then started dating. Tim then turned around and married after he met Akira, and her and Brenay then became BFF. So weird, right? Brenay then started sleeping with Tim, who was then married to Akira after they became fast friends, okay? And then it goes on to say that, which was, of course, Akira's husband, but Tim and Devon, like I said, were also cousins, or are cousins rather. Brenay lied and was saying that Devon, her then husband, was putting hands on her and being abusive towards her, which was a lie. And since all four of them were close, Tim and Akira decided to allow Brenay to come and move in with them to get away from an abusive situation that was never going on, but they didn't know it. Now, that's when they said that things kind of got ridiculous between them, and they began, when I say they, Tim and Brenay, the big girl here in the screen, began sleeping together in Akira and Tim's home. Now, the twin Corinne, which is the twin of Brenay, was never married, but she also has 2 kids, okay? And after she found out that her baby daddy was questioning the second child, it is said that Tim is alleged to be the second child of Corinne, which is the twin sister of Brenay's child, okay? So they all is giving it, they all are sleeping with each other here, child, okay? Now Devon is turning around and filing, or has already filed, an alienation of affection lawsuit against Tim, who used to be married to Akira, who is now married to Brenay, who was sued in a recent alienation of affection lawsuit by Akira. Okay, and Akira won said lawsuit against Brenay, who represented herself pro bono in said case, and now has to pay 1.7 million. Let's go ahead and get into this video, which will also break this down for you guys. Okay, let's go. Shout out to the news, WRAL, okay?
An affair, a TikTok star, and a $1.75 million verdict that nearly ended with a fight outside the Durham County Courthouse. That was not the fight. That was the joy inside the courtroom. We're talking about the case of North Carolina TikToker Brenay Montegue. She was sued by her now husband's ex-wife. Tonight, a jury found Montegue liable for destroying the couple's marriage. WR's Eric Miller was in court and has the story.
That's the sound of a $1.75 million cheer coming just moments after court was adjourned. Akira Montegue embraced her attorney, Robinetta Jones, as dozens of supporters yelled from the sidelines.
She has received justice from losing her husband and the father of her children.
Akira Montegue's lawsuit, filed in Durham County Court, accuses Brenay Montegue, an influencer with nearly 3 million followers on TikTok, of seducing and having an affair with her then husband, Tim. That affair then turning to marriage when Brenay and Tim wed. In the suit, Akira Montegue claimed Brenay used her online influence as a weapon. The affair also caused damage to her health and deprived her kids of a 2-parent household.
And it was nothing but lies.
Brenay Montegue, who represented herself in court, slammed the verdict, saying Akira Montegue knew her marriage was over and allowed the affair.
She gave her consent. She said it was okay because she knew her marriage was over with and it was done.
But the jury didn't agree, awarding Akira Montegue the $1.75 million after more than 700 pieces of evidence were presented in court, including some of Brenay's own TikToks and texts.
That says that my client was telling the truth.
The case hinged on 2 rarely used laws, including alienation of affection.
It can be very hard to prove, and the reason is because it's hard to find a point in a relationship where the relationship necessarily started to go bad.
But in these videos and in the court testimony, the jury found that point, leaving Brenay Montegue with a hefty bill and no answer on how she'll pay.
I don't know, but she'll probably never see it.
Yes, she will see it, because they're getting ready to start garnishing her wages. And now her husband, who was once married to Akira, who wound up suing Brenay Montegue, Now he is getting ready to be facing the same lawsuit, so they're both going to have to pay out a hefty fine. And even if they try to file for bankruptcy, I hear that's not going to work for the two of them, because now they're getting ready to start seizing assets, and they're going to have to start selling off things in order to pay this court-ordered court-ordered amount to said parties. Okay, now let's get into the update that has been put out there, because Brenay is fighting back after all of this. Y'all know that Brenay was recently arrested because there is an open TPO order on her, and she did not abide by that. And Akira did call the police because Brenay showed up to Akira's kids' school along with Tim, and the police did arrest her for not abiding by said court order. Okay. So let's get into now what is being said. Popular TikToker Brenay Dillard seeks new trial after losing $1.7 million in alienation of affection case. So she's asking for a new trial, according to the Girls Are Fighting. Let's get into it. Popular TikToker Brenay Dillard seeks new trial after losing $1.7 million in alienation of affection case. Popular TikToker Brenay Dillard is seeking a new trial after being ordered to pay $1.7 million in a high-profile civil case in Durham County, North Carolina. The lawsuit was filed by Akira Montegue, who accused Dillard of having an affair with her then husband. Now, a jury found Dillard liable of two claims: alienation of affection worth $1.5 million and criminal conversation worth $250,000, resulting in the total award. Now, according to court filings, Montegue argued that Dillard's actions caused her emotional distress, health issues, and disrupted her family life. Dillard denied wrongdoing, stating that Montegue knew her marriage was over and consented to the affair. Now, Dillard reportedly represented herself during the parts of the trial. She is now seeking a new trial, citing procedural issues and the late withdrawal of her attorney, which she claims left her without adequate representation and unprepared for the original trial. The case has drawn wide attention, partly because alienation of affection lawsuits are uncommon. Only a few U.S. states, including North Carolina, still allow them. So she's asking for a new trial. We'll see if North Carolina will give her a new trial for this case. I seriously doubt they will. She's been very, very cocky online, making several videos, and she's not followed any rules or regulations after said trial, including her restraining order against Akira. Akira having a restraining order against her. She's not followed that, which resulted in her arrest. She's made several videos after the fact saying that she will not pay the money, and that Akira, she's also been still taunting Akira online, making videos. She's been stalking her still online. So I really hope that the courts do not allow her to have a retrial in this situation because of how she's acted after and during the time of this trial. Okay, so let's get up off that. Yeah, I don't think she deserves another trial. If you weren't prepared, that's your problem. You knew. I think everybody going to court, going into this thing when you're going to have that. If you're not going to be able to have legal representation, maybe you ask for a court-appointed attorney, someone that can help you, versus being cocky, thinking that you can get up there and represent yourself, and your ass got up there and lost. So pay this woman the $1.75. I think she's starting to realize that shit is getting real, and now she's asking for a retrial. And again, I hope that she does not get that retrial. Okay. Says, hello, Caramel and mods and chat. Said, I'm celebrating my 75th birthday today and partying this weekend. All right, Miss Joyce S. Pick, happy birthday. Y'all give her some happy birthday shout outs in the chat. Y'all know we love birthdays over here. Shout out to her. Shout out to her. Give her her birthday shout outs. All right. Yes, honey. If I still didn't have this cold in me, honey, I would sing to you, because y'all know I love to sing happy birthday. But give her some happy birthday shout outs, because we love birthdays over here. Okay, y'all give it a birthdays, give it a birthday shout outs. Happy 75th birthday. That's a blessing to still be here on this earth, honey, for 75 years. Let's get into our next topic. Okay, as you guys are giving her the birthday shout outs, let's go ahead and get into our last topic. Of course, this is a quick pop in. Let's get into some Carlos King news, because Carlos, honey, is letting people know I hear the mess that y'all got to say about me. And his most recent Messy Monday with him and Dustin, and of course Claudia Jordan. Y'all know it's their panel over there now. He's letting people know. Now, y'all know he felt away that BravoCon did not have Kenya Moore and Nene Leakes there. But hey, of course, you know, Nene Leakes is no longer on the show. She was fired from the show. And also Kenya Moore was fired as well. Or Nene, you know, decided not to be there because of the lawsuit. But Carlos has a soft spot in his heart for Nene as well as Kenya, and he vocalized that here in this video. But he also made mention to knowing what the people are saying about him on social media platforms as well, and he addresses that. Let's go ahead and get into it. Shout out to Reality with the King, because that's where we're listening from. Okay, let's go.
I will say this. As somebody who was there the first day Nene filmed, okay, there's no instruction manual that one receives when they come from anonymity to a global sensation, right? I'm not here to make excuses for anybody. What I will say is I've seen worse things happen where other women are celebrated. I've seen other women who are still on these shows do something worse than she's ever done that are still working. I've seen other women of different races say worse things publicly and they're still working and back. What I will say is this: I'm not here to say shoulda, woulda, coulda. What I will say is when it comes to Nene Leakes, I don't think Nene Leakes has done anything worse than some people have done. I think for me, there's always room for grace if one has the opportunity to confront things head on, to say, let's have a real conversation, right? There's people who have said the worst things about me possible, right? I mean, the most horrendous shit about me, who I've given opportunities to. And the way I operate, I'm never going to clap back at anybody. And that also doesn't mean that I'm going to hold a grudge either. I'm somebody who understands that, look, I don't know what it's like to be a reality star. And the reason why I created Reality with the King is because I wanted to give reality stars the opportunity to be seen. And again, there's reality stars who do the craziest things, right? However, I always try to find room where grace is needed if they are at a place to offer that. And I really want to say that you have to be at a place to offer that. I think we've all done said things that we wish we could take back.
For sure.
But you know what I mean? And I think
no, I've done nothing ever.
I have a plan for
Let's get through this ad.
Plaza from
Let's get through this ad. Claudia's crazy. Nope, not me. Let's finish it.
The perfect Patty that is Claudia Jordan. You know, look, I think we've all done things that we wish we could take back. But I definitely think
dying today.
I definitely think it's one of those things where I am just somebody who feels like if someone is ready to come, let me make sure my mic is there. If someone is ready to come to the table with a plate full of grace, I think that's the first step. One thing my friend said to me recently, I'm a really good friend of mine who's in the business. She said to me, Carlos, you can't expect someone to accept the apology when you want them to. And that struck with me. I'm like, what do you mean? And she was like, that person who deserves the apology, you have to wait on them to receive it. I thought that was powerful. We were talking about just life in general. So I will say that. One thing I will say is Andy Cohen has said that him and Nene have been texting.
Yeah.
So I think that's a step in the right direction. When it comes to Kenya Moore, I will also go on record saying out of all of my girls that I worked with on that show, and Claudia, you, obviously, you know, we had our wonderful one season together. But of all the girls that I worked with on the show multiple seasons, I will always go on record saying Kenya Moore was nothing short of lovely to me. To me, she was lovely, and I just think when it comes to reality stars, I think look, there should always be an opportunity where grace should be given if the person is at a place to offer that. Because it is, Claudia, you know this too, and that's why I'm so glad you're talking about it. It's a tough gig. It's a tough gig. It really is a tough gig. But I think, I think all parties involved should be able to like.
We should, but I feel like at what point do we stop treating grown ass adults as children? Because like they should get like no one owes you anything in this business, right?
No one owes you shit. I agree with that.
They owe you. And the fact that any of us, entire panel included, and every housewife was blessed with an amazing opportunity, and then to shit on your opportunity when you could be working at Walmart, where you could be working construction. Not that these are bad jobs, but they're not as glamorous as being a housewife. It's something that I don't know, maybe I'm very protective over every single gig, this included, everything. I'm like, oh my God, you didn't have to give this to me. Thank you. No, you didn't owe me shit. No.
And I will not to cut you off. I will say this. Claudia, and obviously Dustin knows it's him too. But Claudia, obviously being a former housewife, I will say at the end of the day, I will go on record saying this to the world. Claudia has been the most gracious when it comes to me on a personal level. Claudia has personally sent me text messages, sent me videos of gratefulness. I thank you. You've done this for me. Claudia has done interviews saying, Carlos has done X, Y, and Z for me. And I will say, as a producer and creator, and as a person who gives people opportunities, I will say this, that does go a long way. So that when I do have openings, I remember those things. Yeah. I do remember it. I'm like, Claudia, you want to do this? So in Claudia's defense, you are one of the most wonderfully gracious women I know.
So shout out to Claudia, okay? Claudia, I like Claudia, okay? But that's great that she always is appreciative to Carlos, because that's leaving the door open, and just in case you want to get a job, in case by word of mouth, you just know Carlos knows a lot of people. Not that you're kissing somebody's ass, but when a person has connections, and maybe he don't have a place on his platform to put you, but he may know a person who know a person that might know a person, and you can't burn bridges. That's the problem that I have with people like Nene when she gets this haughty attitude. And I said, I do like Nene. I do wish that she could be back on Real Housewives of Atlanta, but you got to watch your attitude, and you got to watch your mouth and how you move, and not burn bridges while you're moving, because sometimes it can stop you from doing the things that you enjoy. Nene was making some really good money on Real Housewives of Atlanta / with Bravo, NBC Universal, and that's just not the case right now. I am happy that she and Andy Cohen are texting and slowly getting back into that space, so that she might be able to get some jobs in the near future. That would be great. I would love to see Nene back on our TV screens. In the situation with Kenya, you fucked up a great situation by showing some pictures that were explicit when you knew that was definitely against the code of conduct. Why would you do that? Why would you put yourself in a situation to F up your money? And now you're struggling financially, losing things. You're about to lose your damn house, I hear, because you can't pay this, you can't pay that. You're losing your hair care spa that you just opened up. Because your money is funny. You don't have that Bravo check coming in because of a mistake that you made trying to prove a point and being a fucking mean girl. You got to watch how you're moving. You got to watch how you're moving, and you got to stop burning bridges and watch how you treat the people that, give you those opportunities. Now, Carlos, and I get it with this whole situation with Nene. I get it that you love Nene, but had Nene sued Kingdom Reign Entertainment and said some things about you, I don't think that you would be in a hurry to be wanting to speak up for Nene and hire her back so quickly. I don't think you would. So do I feel like Andy Cohen can be mad a little bit, and when he gets ready to get over the shit, yeah, he can be. You got to kind of understand people's plight in terms of how they feel because the shit was done to them. All right, Carlos, look how you did Melody. Like, cut it out now. Look how you did Melody. Melody came to you crying about the shit that was going on your platform, and you turned a deaf ear and gave her both booty cheeks to kiss, and you did that shit. You did. You really did. You allowed that woman to be bullied and everything else when she made you a lot of money on that fucking show. And that's the truth. You sat there and let Wanda and everybody else put hands on her, bully her, everything else. We're going to be one thou out here. You sat there and let Wanda attack that woman. Now, yes, you did fire her. You did fire her for doing the shit that she did. But you got to understand, Melody was the star of your fucking show and you didn't protect your star. And when she came to you about the things that was going on in that show and said, hey, you're not protecting me. She was saying to you, you didn't protect me. And now look at you. Look at this fucking show. So don't sit up here and be mad at Andy and try to throw subliminal saying, hey, you know, I think that it was just wrong that Nene was not at BravoCon and Kenya should have been there. They you know, they should be peach holders and all this other shit. Nah, I feel like when Andy finishes doing whatever the hell he is, because that ultimately that is her boss. And you need to fall back. You're not on Bravo. You're not on Bravo, and you're probably not going to ever be on Bravo no more. Understand when somebody is ready to do what they're going to do. Okay, Andy is going to do what he's going to do when he's ready. When he's ready to bring Nene back, he will. But just understand, I don't see you bringing Akisha back and she's suing your ass. I don't see you bringing back So Gucci and they're suing you. So understand, Nene filed a lawsuit and said that Andy Cohen, who was her friend, was this racist ass bastard and all this other stuff that she said. So you got to give Andy time to get over that shit. He probably still processing that. Like, I cannot believe this person who I saw as my friend would do that shit to me. So let him get over the shit when he get ready. You can, just like you just said, you can't tell a person when to get over stuff, and you can't. You cannot. All right. He always worried about what's going on Bravo. Worry about what's going on over there on OWN and Kingdom Reign Entertainment. Okay. Because our word on the street is your show is fucked up over there. That's where your interests need to be. While you all in your feelings about what's going on Bravo and who need to be at BravoCon. Was your ass at BravoCon? I digress. All right. But that is it. And that is all. Okay. Love you guys down. Thank y'all for joining the show. Please don't forget to go ahead and tap on that like button for me. That's all the topics that we have. We only had like 3 topics. I'm not going to hold you guys long because, baby, I'm ready to get in my bed because I'm tired. Okay. I'm tired. It's 3 runaway slaves tonight. But True TV Podcast, Tower KB, y'all, Sweet Essence, Scorpion Miss, and Rose Armstead. Thank you all for doing your big one. You guys did an awesome job for modding tonight. I appreciate you all. What is going on? Oh, there we go. See, stream, y'all want to act a fool. That's my cue to get on out of here, honey. Thank you so much also to all the content creators that supported this video. Deary Talk, if you're in the bushes, thanks for being here. Simple Mom Family TV, Jonetta Speaks, JCD Creation, Shay P, Miss Didi, Shay Renee, Queen Speaks TV, Schoolboy if you're in the house. Thank you all. Those are my usuals that stop by here. I appreciate you all. Again, don't forget to like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Please keep your notifications on so you guys will know when I come back and do another live. Okay. Thank you to all my Caramelians also for supporting this video as well. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and get on out of here. Tomorrow is Car Chronicles. 9:30, no later than 9:40 in the morning. Y'all know this when I usually go on. Keep your notifications on so you guys know when I send that notification out for that show. Okay. I will see you guys in the morning. Bye.
I wake up every minute with the fever dreams. I push my mind to a limit where it needs to be. I work blind, got vision I don't need to see. I'm picking mind over matter, I believe in me. I need to find more hours in the day to breathe. Need to find more power in the way I be. And when my mind turns sour with the painful scenes, I need to scream out loud, I can't stop me. I wanna be the greatest like Rocky. You know I leave them all hating like a hobby. I'm out here making moves like a lobby. And if you ain't with me, it's your loss. See, I got my mind on the facts. I'm a python, grab what I like real fast. Choke until I have everything I attack. Everything that I lack, everything that I want. And I see matter of fact. Cause I'm my own worst enemy. Only if I let it be. I can control anything if I can just think carefully. I control my destiny. Deep up in my mind I manifest it. Every morning I wake up obsessed and everything I do the best. And deep within my mind you know I'll always manifest it. me.